Okay, so I'm considering changing vocations. I think it's time to get out of media and TV. There's no future in it presently, and I used to do a lot of that work in the past, so it's just not a good vocation apparently. Anyway, so I gotta get past that, and presently I'm going to consider a new vocation. I think I'm going to become well, in the future, I'm going to become an archaeologist. I think there's a future in that, because I'm going to be studying the past and past civilizations and how they once thrived and how they, well, fell, and, well, that's in the past. So I think a vocation in archaeology would be interesting. You could see how things were built back in the day, and you could maybe see how, well, if you're on a present dig, trying to figure out how things came about to be through evolution or societies and what they were striving for. They were probably striving to have a better future. You know, planting crops, building pyramids, that kind of thing. Searching the heavens and the universe. Like, well, back in the day down in the Yucatan, they built an observatory called Chichen Itza. And there's pyramids that point to the stars in Egypt and also in Mexico City. So apparently in the past, they were looking to their future. And they were busy building things in their present. So I think that's the new vocation I'm going to check into, archaeology. It's quite the hip thing to look into the past, apparently, to see where we're going. Or I could become a scientist and maybe go into astronomy, build a new telescope, the Hubble 3. That would be a pretty futuristic thing to look into. But first I have to take some courses in mathematics to understand that particular vocation. So I don't know. I'm kind of stuck between archaeology and astronomy. Do I go back to the past, or do I look to the future? Or do I just take a course in, well, being present? That would be a philosophical course, probably. A course in philosophy, how to stay in the present while not worrying about the future or looking back to the past. So I have three options. I could become a philosopher, an archaeologist, or a astronomer. Or I could be a philosophical archaeologist that considers going into astronomy. Or I could be an astronomer looking back into the past through a telescope, philosophically thinking about how things came to be and the universe came to be. That'd be interesting. It sure beats TV and media. They kind of blather on about nothing presently. And there's no future in it, apparently. So when I arrive at my decision in the future, so I'm presently thinking about that, if I should go into archaeology or astronomy, or be an astronomical archaeologist. That would be interesting. An astronomical archaeologist, that's someone that looks into the universe and into the archaeology of the universe. There's no bones up there, are there? No, there's no bones up there. There's no skeletons in the Universal Closet, apparently, to explore. So, we're all digging. We're digging for something. In the desert or in the outer space, we're all digging for answers, pretty much. So, yeah. Well, that's what I'm looking at presently. When I arrive at a conclusion about archaeology or astronomy or philosophy, I'll get back to you about that. I'm still working on that. If you have an answer, please get back to me. Let me know what vocation I should really consider. Philosophical archaeologist, philosophical astronomer, or an astronomical archaeologist who's contemplating philosophy. One of those three.